Good morning, dear friends. How are you all? Hope you're all fine. This is your social science teacher, Mr. Ismail. Welcome back to our social science chapter. The chapter name is Advent of Europeans to India. Whereas, my dear children, in the previous class we were discussing about the Portuguese. As I have told you, in the year of 1498, Vasco da Gama visited to India, especially in India. India is a place called Calicut, and Calicut it is locating in Kerala. Don't get a confusion in between of a Calicut and a Calcutta. Calcutta is different and Calicut is different. So by getting a permission from the king Zamorin, Vasco da Gama started his business for a little longer time. For a few years he continued his business in India itself. But after some years, when the king of Portuguese he returned, he called back Vasco da Gama. When the Vasco da Gama turned back towards the Portuguese, then from Portuguese king of Portugal he sent as a viceroy to Francisco de Almeida. He sent Francisco de Almeida as the first viceroy for the Portuguese people, and he is the first viceroy of India also, I can call it out. And Francisco de Almeida, when he entered into India, his concentration was only towards the sea routes. So therefore he has started the policy called blue water. We can call it as a blue water policy. It is started by Francisco de Almeida, and Almeida's intention is to conquer or to get rule over entire the oceanic areas, or else entire the sea areas. How many seas are there, oceans are there, each and everything else he just want to take in his control, because it will be easy for him for making the transactions of goods from one place to another place. Import and export he wanted to do, or else he want to get a connection in between of a European country and India. So he want to be a monopolized over that. He in a sense the Portuguese need to be a monopolized. So because of that reason he has introduced the policy called a blue water policy. Then after the Francisco de Almeida, the next viceroy one who has come, for him we can call it out, he is the real founder of Portuguese people in India, or the Portuguese dynasty in India, I can call. The reason is very simple. Whereas the next person one who has came, his name is Alfonso de Albuquerque. Alfonso de Albuquerque. Whereas the Alfonso de Albuquerque's intention is quite different from the Francisco de Almeida's. Almeida's intention is get conquer over the sea routes, whereas the Francisco de Alfonso's intention is to get conquer over the sea routes. Then Albuquerque's intention is to get conquer over the entire the land route. So with that intention itself, Albuquerque he attacked on 1510. He attacked in 1510 on the Sultan of Vijaypur, and from Bijapur we can call the Sultan of Bijapur, and from him he got the place called Goa place. Now it was now in a sense earlier it was in the control of Portuguese people, because the Albuquerque he has completely conquered over the Goa, and later on, or the later periods, he declared Goa as the administrative center for the Portuguese people. So this is what the history which we have discussed about the Portuguese in the previous class of ours. So in today's class we are going to concentrate towards the Dutch. Dutch, it's a country, or else Dutch are the people those who have traveled soon after the Portuguese. After the Portuguese, in a sense, the day or else the moment when the Portuguese people enter into India, since then onwards, the Dutch or the Holland or the Netherlands, we can call it out for them. So the Hollandese or the Netherlandese or the Dutch people, they started to travel towards the India, and finally they too also reached to India. So first Portuguese people came, and by following the Portuguese, Dutch people enter into India. So let's concentrate towards the Dutch. What are the things of theirs, and what are their achievements, and what are their contribution to the India? Then in which are the particular places they have constructed their warehouses, they ruled for which how long they have ruled on India. Let's concentrate towards this. Dutch established a United East India Company in the year of 1602 with the aim of doing business. See here, the Portuguese people, when they have entered into India, their intention or their aim is also the same itself. Their intention was very clear. They wanted to make a business with India, and whatever the spicy items or the materials were available from India, those all the things they want to shift it towards their country. It was quite natural, or else the normal thinking of the foreigners we can think it out. In the similar manner, with the same intention itself, the Dutch people also enter into India, whereas the Dutch people were certainly not at all having any intention to rule over India. They did not come here for ruling the India. Their intention is to get monopoly, or to get what you can call rule over the trading market of India. Only the business they wanted to make with the India. So with that intention itself, in the year of 1602, by getting the proper permission from the Indian rulers, the Dutch people, they have started their Dutch East India Company. This was the first East India Company we can call. So the Dutch people, they have started the Dutch East India Company in the year called 1602, with the aim of doing business in India. Okay. Then again, the next point which we can control, which we can concentrate here, they controlled the countries like it means the Dutch people, they were just not only ruling over the India, exceptional of India, some other countries were also ruled by the Dutch people, especially the Asian continental countries, because they knew very well that Asian continent, it is much popularized for its spicy materials, or else it is popularized for the business or the trading purpose. So only with the intention of trading, they just started to control few countries. So which were the countries were there in the control of Dutch? We will concentrate here: Java, Sumatra, Indonesia, and later on India. So these were the countries which were completely controlled by the Dutch people, only for the sake of business. Then again, next point is they established warehouses even in India also. At which place they have established their warehouse? Warehouse, it means we can call the materials storing. The which materials which they have imported from their country towards our country, and which materials they want to export from our country to their country. Each and every materials they wanted to store it out, and the storehouse we can call, or the warehouse we can call. So the first storehouse or the warehouse of the Dutch people was in Surat, Broj, Kambe, Cochin, Nagapattinam, Machilipatnam, and Chinsor. So these were the major provinces of the Dutch people where they started their major businesses. Whatever the business their intention was there to do in India, all the businesses they started to implement it out, or they had constructed their warehouses at these particular places. So please remember the warehouses, places of Dutch people, or else the Dutch where they ruled over India. The places we can call, one is Surat, Broj, Kambe, Cochin, Nagapattinam, Machilipatnam, and Chinsor. Hope you are understanding the things. So then again we can when they started to rule over these all the places, then one thing we can understand, my dear children, now the monopoly of a Portuguese, it is completely broken, because before the entry or before the enter of a Dutch people, only the Portuguese were the foreigners, those who have ruled over India, ruled in a sense only with the intention of a business, and whereas the Albuquerque, he attacked on the Goa and he captured it. So that was the only place which they have captured from the Indian rulers, from the Bijapur Sultan. So exceptional of that place, the other places they did not rule, only they had constructed their warehouses also. But so far they were maintaining the monopoly. It means they were the only people, those who used to make import and export, or those who were connecting the route in between of European countries and India. But now when the Dutch people entered into India, their monopoly, it started to break down. For example, if you want to purchase any particular product, or the duster, if you want to purchase it out, I have a Deepak duster in my hand. If this duster, if you want to purchase it out and you are going to the market, in entire the market there is a only duster shop. There is only duster shop, or else only one duster shop it is there. So others are all belongs to the different shops are there, but only a duster shop is single itself. Only one duster shop is there. So then definitely each and every one will try to be get a duster from that shop itself. Then next month when you are visiting to the same place, then another person, the XYZ person, he start to think that now only that ABC person has started the duster company or the duster shop. So because of that reason he is earning an excellent kind of a profit, because each and every teachers or the school, they are purchasing dusters from him itself. Why can't I start this business? Why can't I start this business? Exact opposite of him or else beside of him, one more duster shop will start. So then don't you think that the people will get diversified? The people will get a divide from there. Instead of going to one shop itself, they will find that is there another shop? Yes, definitely there is a shop. And this next shop, it means new shop person, he is ready to sell this duster for the 10 rupees lesser than that first shop. Then most of the people will come towards this. So therefore indirectly we can see that that person's monopoly, single person ruling ship, it is completely smashed because another competitor is there. So in the same manner we can find it as a competitor for the Portuguese, the Dutch people entered. But Dutch people, they were not living in India for a little longer, for a longer time. They were just for this a bit of a time, we can call just a span of time they lived in India. So their major places or the warehouses where they had constructed, please remember it out. The business place we can call, one is Surat, Broch, Kambe, Cochin, Nagapattinam, Masulipatinam and Chinsor. So next we'll concentrate that. Later, after these all the things, so when even their period was also continued for a little longer time. I think around 5 to 6 years they had continued. But within this time itself, where the Britishers can leave the Portuguese and the Dutch people. So the British people were not at all tolerating, they were not at all able to control their feelings towards the India. So now first we have found that the Portuguese people enter into India and they were ruling over India all around. I can imagine that around 1498 to 1498 they started their ruling, and soon after that we can find that in the year of 1600 the Dutch people came and they started their own company. Then whereas after few years itself, it means in the year of 1602 the Dutch East India Company started. In the year of 1613 Britishers came over here. So the British people, they enter into India. The Britishers ruling it started. So by scaring, the Dutch people were not at all having a proper capacity or proper strength to fight against the Britishers or the French, because soon after the Britishers, the next French will enter into India. So because of that reason, somewhat else the Dutch people started to feel hesitations, and they thought that better to drop the idea of India to rule over that. We will be very much satisfied with a few spicy countries like as Java, Sumatra, Indonesia and some islands. So they left India, they properly left India. By leaving the India, they just controlled their business over Java, Sumatra, Indonesia and Ireland. Now who else are remaining in India? By leaving the Dutch people, we can find French, Portuguese, British. Now the Portugal people are not that much of a strongest to compete in against of a French and a British. So definitely I can say that the Portuguese people, they will agree their defeat and they will settle down in a small corner of India, or else in a small particular place of India they will be settled down. Especially I can say Goa, because it was only the place which they have conquered. So they will be settled down, and this India, it will be completely competed by the two greatest country. One is Britain, or else we can call it as the England, and another one is the French. These French and Britain, they were not having a competition only from the India. The competition, it was there even in the European country also. In between of these two countries, the same competition, it has continued in India also. It was just like as a tit for tat competition policy was going on in between of a British and French. Then at lastly, who is going to get victory and all that, all the things we will see in the next class of ours. But concentrated towards the another topic. So far we have discussed about the Dutch. They were ruling over the India. Then again, in which are the particular places they had started their businesses. Then again, at finally when they come to know that the Britishers have entered into India, and the French people also enter into the India after them. When they have entered, then the Dutch people, they understood their capacity, they understood their power. They knew very well that we cannot compete with the French, neither we can compete with the Britishers. So better we have to drop the idea to rule or to maintain the business over India, and they left India. Now for the sake of India, the three members are fighting, and out of these three members, one is Hendiguli. Hendiguli in a sense, only for the namesake, that's a Portuguese. Now only the greatest competitors are two. One is Britain and another one is French. So let's focus towards the English or the British or Britain we can call. British was Queen Elizabeth in the year of 1600, December 31st. In the year of 1600, December 31st, the Queen Elizabeth, she is giving a permission for the East India Company members to start their business any corner of the world, so that she can take a responsibility of theirs in that particular country. So therefore she has introduced an act, that act is called as a Charter Act. Charter Act, in a sense, it is a permission letter which is issued by the Queen Elizabeth to the British East India Company for the 15 years. For coming 15 years, they can start their business all over the world, so that she can take responsibility of that particular companies, whatever the companies risk and all will be there, she is going to take it out. That's what the promise she made, and she has given a Charter Act permission, or she has given a permission for the East India Company to start their business. So finally, in the year of 1600, the Britishers East India Company, they came to India, but they did not started their company in India. They were just understanding each and every feelings, each and everything else they were understanding. They started to understand about the Dutch people, they were understanding the Portuguese people, because only these two people were there. Later periods we can find the French will followed by the Britishers, we can say that. But now the Britishers are understanding the situations of Indian rulers, Indian people. They were understanding the situation of Dutch. They were understanding the situation of Portuguese, the capacity of theirs and all they used to understand. So finally, in the year of 1613, in the year of 1613, the Britishers, or the British East India Company, they put their application, or they appealed in front of the Mughal king. His name is Jahangir, to give him a permission for maintaining a business in India. So then Jahangir, in the year of 1613, he agreed for giving a permission to Britishers for maintaining a business in India, the King Jahangir. Hope you are understanding the things that. Then again, the Britishers, after getting a permission from the ruler Jahangir, they started their first warehouse in India at a place called Surat. About them in detail we will study in the next class, but now definitely I'm telling you, my dear children, you are getting angry on Jahangir. Why this idiot has given a permission for the Britishers to maintain business in India? Because of this idiot itself, the Britishers ruled over India around 300 years. That all the things will come in the mind. We will discuss about it in the next class. Okay, so please till then stay safe. Thank you.